As a thank you to all of you who have supported us up to this point, and in celebration of the Scrub Academy reaching 1,000 subscribers, our brand new mat with the Scrub Academy's mascots will be given away to 2 viewers. To be entered, you'll need to be subscribed and comment on any video posted between now and the end of November. If you comment on multiple videos, each new comment will be counted as a new entry. Winners will be announced at the end of November. Enjoy the rest of today's video. What's going on, guys? This is Nate from the Scrub Academy welcoming you to another deck profile here on the channel. Today I've got a spicy deck for you. This is my Danger Dark World Orcust deck that I've been working on for a while, and I've been playtesting at locals. It's been pretty fun. It's able to push through a lot of hand traps and getting a lot of momentum. This is a going first or a going second deck. It can do either. It can set up some negates when going first, and it can build a board, or it can break your board going second and OTK. So either one. It is a 60 card deck, so if you're not a huge fan of 60 card decks, maybe think about that. But just to be able to get all 3 of these engines in here, I did have to go through 60 cards. So let's go ahead and we'll jump into it. Along the way, I will explain a few of the effects, just in case there are some people who don't actually know the effects of certain cards. I know that's crazy, but I know that it can sometimes happen. So let's go ahead. We're going to jump into the monsters first. So starting off with the dangers, because that was the first one I mentioned. We are playing lots of dangers here. That is one of the main engines of the deck. First up is 3 Bigfoot. Now Bigfoot, if you don't know what this does, all the dangers have the same effect where you reveal it from your hand as its effect, and then your opponent randomly chooses a card out of your hand and it discards to the grave. If it is the monster that you revealed, it gains an effect. If it's not, the monster that you revealed is special summoned, and then you get to draw a card. So Bigfoot here, when he's sent to the grave, he's going to be targeting 1 card face up on your opponent's side of the field and destroying it. So you're going to be able to pop if you're going second, which is good for removal. So we're playing 3 of those. And like I said, all of them have the same effect of being able to draw, or drawing a card, special summoning and then drawing a card. Next up, we're playing 3 Danger Thunderbird. Now this one is going to be your spell and trap removal. So you got your monster removal or your face up card removal in your Danger Bigfoot. This is going to be your spell and trap removal. We are playing lots of level 8s. You will notice that there is a reason for that. We are playing some rank 8s in the extra deck. So we're going to be doing that, as well as draw power with the trade-ins, because we're playing trade-ins as well. So we've got 3 Thunderbird. Moving on, we are playing 3 of the Mothman. Now Mothman is level 4, so we're going to have some rank 4s in the extra deck as well. It's all about being able to do the draws as well. So his effect, if he's special summoned, you get to draw the card. If he's discarded, you also get to draw a card, so that's a plus as well. So both you and your opponent are going to draw a card if he's discarded, and then both will discard. So that will kick off all of your Dark World effects. So that is pretty nice. So 3 Mothman. Moving on, we are playing 2 Nessie now that we're in the October format. So 2 Nessie. This is going to be your Searcher. This allows you to add 1 danger from your deck to hand. Pretty nice card. Level 7. We're not using any of those, but I digress. You want to be able to do the ads there. Next up, we are playing some 1-ofs. We got the 1 Mothman, or 1 Dogman. Dogman is going to be lowering all your opponent's monsters attack by 1,000, so that helps with the OTK. It is a level 8. We're playing the 1 Ogopogo. He's here just for the level 8. If you send to the grave, you're going to be sending the 1 danger spell on our deck. So there's that for you, but it is level 8, and that's why we're kind of using it as well as it's being able to special summon and be able to push forward with links and whatnot. Then we're playing the 1 Chupacabra. Chupacabra is going to be special summoning from the graveyard, except for him. We got the Sukanoko. Sukanoko is going to be, if he's discarded, you can special summon itself, which is nice. And then we have the Jackalope. Jackalope's going to be special summoning 1 from deck. So those are all of the dangers. We're going to move on now. We do have the Dark Worlds up next. Dark Worlds also have effects when they're sent to the grave, so we'll go along with those as we get there. We're playing 2 Grapha. I figured this was better than 3. I feel like that was going to be a kind of a bulky issue for me, just finding all the cards I could fit into a 60 card deck, because that is the limit. And this is what I came up with just 2 Graphas. So his effect, so you return a Dark World from the field to the hand, and you can special summon him from the grave, which is really nice for that recursion. You can just keep going with that, and that helps you get out him as a beater, and you can push for damage there. And then at the same time, if he's discarded from the hand of the grave, you can destroy 1 card. So that's pretty nice. So we're playing 2 of the Grapha. Next up we have 3 Snow. So Snow is going to be your Searcher of the deck. So when he's discarded, you can add 1 Dark World card from your deck to your hand. They also all have effects as well. I forgot to mention that if they're discarded by your opponent's card effect, they gain effects as well. So for Snow there, it's going to be special summoning the target that you're adding to your hand. Next up we have 3 Brow. Brow is going to be a drawer, so when he's discarded to the grave, you get to draw a card. So lots of recursion there, so you don't really lose anything when he's sent to the grave, which is pretty nice. It really helps as well when you're doing like Dark World dealings. Draw a card, discard Brow, draw another card, so you get to draw 2 instead of 1, so that kind of helps. Keep your hand full of cards. That way when you're doing your dangers, they're less likely to hit the danger that you reveal and more likely to hit something else. The final one that we're playing in the deck is 2 Beige. I was playing Gold and Silver here for attack power, but I like the Beige here instead. They have the same effect, so when he's discarded by a card effect, special summon it from the grave, which is really nice. You're going to be doing this one a lot to people, special summon him, or bring it back to your hand, special summon out your Grapha. And then it also is a level 4, so that can help with the rank 4 play that we have in the deck. So that is all of the Dark Worlds. Next we're going to go ahead, we're going to jump into the Orcust. So first off, starting, we're going to be playing with 3 Gursu, the Orcust Mech Knight. Really good card, gets your engine going. So when he's summoned, you're going to be sending an Orcust to the grave, or a World Legacy if you want, but in this deck we're playing just the Orcust card, so we're going to be sending the Orcust Nightmare to the grave. And then also, a lot of people don't realize this effect, so if he's the only monster you control, you can actually special summon a token on both sides of the field, which can also get engines going there as well, and just be able to get some links going. So, 3 Gursu. Next up, we're playing the 1 Skeleton. A lot of people are playing more than 1. I just felt like 1 was the way to go for this card, just because, you know, with everything that we're doing, we're mainly focusing on the Nightmare into the World Wand. This is kind of an extra card if we do run into that issue, if the game is going too long. So 1 Skeleton. Then we're playing the 2 Nightmare. So this is where you're going to be dumping with the Gursu. And then we're playing the 1 World Wand. I felt like more than 1 was kind of bricky. These are all level 8s though, which is nice because you do have trade-ins in the deck. So you can go ahead and trade in those, send them to the grave, and then get their effects as well. And then finally, for monsters, we're playing some hand traps here. We've got 3 Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom is here if you're going second, trying to stop your opponent from doing things when they're going first. And then just being able to have these for the Crossout Designator as well. If you're going first or second, whichever one, if they happen to have this, you can Crossout Designator it, banish it, and then be able to do your plays and not have to worry about it. And then we're also playing the 1 Nib. Now I know what you're saying, why 1 Nib? Nib is there if you're going second and they're going off. You can have the potential of having the Nib maybe in your hand, but it's mainly there because if you're going first, you don't want to get nibbed when you're going off and building your board, and so Crossout Designator is there to banish that. We do side the other 2, so if you do end up going second, say game 2 of them are siding, we can side in the other 2, and then we're good to go there. And then finally, we do have 2 bricks here in the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes Black Dragon. Those are here for the Dragoon play if we get to it. Hopefully we can. That is one of the main plays, just toward the end of it, when we're building boards. We can help OTK with that, as well as have the negate on board if we're going first. So that's all the monsters. I lost count how many there was. There's a lot there, so go ahead and count them if you want. Let's go ahead, we'll jump into the spells. So starting it off, like I said before, we have Crossout Designator. We're playing 3 of them. And a lot of people are saying, well, why are you playing 3? That's crazy. Like, this is only good for mirror matches. I like it because if you're building boards, you want to be able to push through all those hand traps that everybody's maining. So if you can push through that Nib, you can push through that Ash, helps a lot. And then if there's crazy mirror matches, if they're playing either the Orcust engine, the Dark World engine, which is very unlikely, or the Danger engine, you can go that route as well. And at the same time, it is going to be any card, you know, so it's not just monsters. So it's kind of like a crazy called by the grave in the deck, so it's kind of crazy. Alright, so then we have lots of draw power in this deck. Like I said, it is 60 cards. You want to have lots of draw power in a 60 card deck because you dig through and get to the cards you need for all of your combos and all of your plays. So 3 Dark World dealings, draw that card, be able to discard a Dark World monster and be able to get that effect is really nice. And then possibly if you're going first, be able to see what your opponent's playing before they actually reveal it, which I know a lot of times if you're going first, you're not going to know what your opponent's playing, and so that's kind of interesting, just being able to see what they're playing right away and then being able to build your board around that instead of just kind of guessing and hoping for the best. Next up, because our deck is mostly all dark for the hand traps, we do have the Allure of Darkness here, 3 of those, being able to draw 2 more cards and then banish something that you don't really think you're going to need. We are playing lots of level 8s in the deck, so we're playing 3 trade-in, lots and lots of draw power here just to get as much as you can out of the deck, especially during that first turn. And then because people are playing a lot of hand traps, we are playing the 3 Triple Tactics Talent. This can either put things back into the deck, you can draw a card, or you can take control of monsters that they control. Most likely I'm going to be drawing cards here just because I can get a lot of benefit out of more drawing than anything else, unless there's something on their field that I want to take care of. So you got those. And then you do play one of us here. We're playing one Called by the Grave. This is for hand traps. I know that we're playing the Crossbow Designator, but if there's things in the deck that we don't have that we can't banish with the Crossbow Designator, that's where the Called by the Grave comes in. The one Babel for the Orcust engine. The one Danger Response team. This is going to be for if your Ogopogo goes to the grave, as well as if you draw into it, you are able to do some fun stuff with it if they have a monster on their field that you can't get around. Then the last spell we're playing in the deck is the one Red Eyes Fusion, the one card you don't really want to draw, you want to be able to Predator Plant it, but there it is for you in all its glory. And then finally, the only trap that I actually play in the main deck is the Orcust Crescendo. We're playing two of those. That is there. I only played one at first. Now I'm seeing plays where I wish I had two, so now we're going to have two there. So, 60 card deck, pretty fun. I enjoyed it a lot. Just a really, really fun deck to play, and it can also anger your opponent. Moving on to the extra deck. Starting off with the fusions, we are playing Big Daddy himself, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. Red Eyes played right there. Then we're playing two other fusions. So these are going to be your Predator Plant Dragostophilia and your Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. These are your Super Poly targets, which we do have in the side. Moving on to the links, we're playing two Galatea. Galatea is here for your Orcust plays. We're playing the one Predator Plant Verte Anaconda because if it's not banned, might as well use and abuse it. Next up we have the Nightmare engine. So we're playing the Nightmare Unicorn and Nightmare Phoenix. I didn't feel like we needed the Cerebus here because we can kind of pop things with our dangers as well as with the Graphas as well. So we're not really worried about popping monsters here. So we have those. And we're kind of focusing on darks as well, so like the Unicorn play. I know Nightmare Phoenix isn't dark, but once you start going into those Orcust plays, you can't do anything but darks. So I have lots of darks in the extra deck. Then for the Link 4s, we're playing the one YuGiOh Skull Dread and the Appaloosa. If you need them, you're most likely not going into these at first because of the Orcust plays, but being able to have that YuGiOh Skull Dread and being able to draw 4, really nice. And that is all of our links. We're moving on to the Xyz now. We're playing the two Dingdarisu, the Orcust of the Evening Star. A really good play with the Orcust engine here. Really like this card, being able to send something back that they control, your opponent controls to the graveyard, and then just being able to protect is pretty nice. And then we have the Hope Harbinger. You can't use this when you're using the Orcust engine, but just being able to set up with this as well as the Dragoon is pretty nice. So just having those negates here if you're building boards or if you want to try and go for something else. So pretty nice there. Then you're playing the one Zeus. Zeus is here for after you attack with any of the monsters that I just mentioned in the Xyz category. And then finally we do have one XYZ rank 4, which is your Daigusto Emerald. Now I don't know, and a lot of people don't realize why I play this. This card is actually here for if you open up the Red Eyes Black Dragon or the Dark Magician, if you're activating your danger cards and they accidentally, or if they randomly choose one of those to be sent to the grave, well then you're out one of your main plays with the Dragoon and you don't want to deal with that. So now we have this here, that way we can shuffle those back into the deck and have them ready to go. And that is the entire deck. Main deck, extra deck. We're not going to show the side deck, that's just situational. Don't need to worry about that. But yeah, that is the entire deck for you guys. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because all your support is greatly appreciated. And if you would hit that notification bell on the way out the door so you know when our next video is posted, that would be awesome too. Because we are actually going to have a test hand combo video type video for this deck where we're going to be going 2 hands going first, 2 hands going second, and we're going to see how the deck plays out just for you guys. And if you do want to see some live duels with this deck, let me know and I'll take it to our locals and I'll play this deck for you guys and you can see how it handles other decks. But without further ado guys, that is all I've got for now. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is Nate from the Scrap Academy, signing out for now. Peace out.